got a nice little flag, kind of see how it's kind of broke out that 277 there. It's got the 200 MA right in this area. It really needs to hold this up. If it gets below that, I think we're going to see weakness. And it's kind of the same with this. See how it's kind of reclaimed this 174. It's kind of breaking out. It needs to get up over 175 before I'm convinced that it's, you know, going to do anything on the long side. Our job today is the same as every day, right? We're going to come in and what we're going to do is get on the right side. We're going to get on the right side of the trade. That's it. That's all the job is today. So we're going to take one trade, and if it turns out that we're wrong, we're going to get on the opposite side of the trade. That's it. 2R, RTZ, that's it. The third trade is for nothing else, especially on Friday. All right? And if you find yourself in both sides of the trade, and it's, you know, right at the open, you're at the best spot you can possibly be in, give it time to set up. Give it a good hour in before you even think about taking profits. Don't sell yourself short, okay? Just remember these things expire worthless today, right? So we're day trading these things. Just remember that. So I'm just looking for a good short, you know? So right at the open, if we just bust through this, I'm gonna wait a little bit, won't even touch it short until I kind of get some kind of signal. This one here, I like it short up here. Look at all this strength in pre-market, huge range, and 78 even. I'm gonna leave this mark, man. This is my mark for the short on that one. All right, so let's see how it all turned out. I'll start with SQ and kind of show you. Here's the chart of it. So here's the mark that I was talking about that I really liked it for the short. I did take it there. I actually ended up taking a long on this too because we got a nice dip into the support at the open. And the triple Qs were actually on their way up. So I thought, hey, we'll see what we can do with the long side here. And I ended up getting a nice win on the long, and then I got short and I played this one. Milked it really nice all the way to the very end. Let's take a look at the contract. So what did I trade? I want to show you because I know a lot of times I sit here and I talk about the stock and you don't really get to see the contract. So let me just give you some perspective here, okay? Oh, that's the wrong one. That was the NVIDIA's. We'll go over that one here in a second. I need the calls first. So I took the calls first. And as you can see, it wasn't a big move, but I got a 43 and 89, so I had 100% gain on those calls. And I actually worked a core on it, so I was able to sell and then add back once, sell again, and then add back, and then I stopped out. So it was a decent win. I mean, so if you look at it from this side, it's like 10 contracts, so it's 430, you know, whatever, $430 for 10 contracts. Okay, so for 430 bucks, and then I sell that for 800. So it was not a big win, but I worked a core on it. I was able to turn that into about $1,000, $1,100 trade. And because of my loss on Thursday, I always come in the day after, kind of like I do on a bad day, right? I come in, I just kind of trade half size, I trade safe. And so that's part of where you're seeing here. You'll see on these trades that it was because of that, you know, the contract sizing and everything. So you know, I pull about roughly, you know, $1,000 off the long side, and then what happened on the short side. So I did end up taking the short here, and here's the short contracts, and I was able to milk this one just like I said in the live action. I was able to milk this one till the very end. Oops. And what's really funny is NVIDIA, I didn't. I lost patience with NVIDIA, and it's the one that paid the most, which is kind of funny. So let's see. Okay, and then this one. So here's Friday, right? So this one I got, what did I get here? Initial fill. I got a 42-cent fill on this one. And these here I sold up in the very last. So like, as you can see, like the option contracts I was talking about, because of the expiration date, the theta chews them up. And so this first big wash on these things was the best sell of the day. I got out when the stock hit. I got a 97-cent fill. I got out when the stock hit almost that 74. I got a 97% fill. I didn't take anything off. I didn't do anything with this. I just got in the position and I sold here. So like I said, 10 contracts was 420 bucks, right? 420 bucks, and I sold it for 970 bucks, right? A little over 100%. Like again, I trade small size on this today. So just to put that in perspective for you, I mean, if you have a cash account, you have, you know, you could have took a $42, 2 contracts, 84 bucks. You could take 2 contracts, 84 bucks, right? $84 in cash if you have a $2,000 account, and you get the pop. And then you could sell a contract and buy one back. Sell a contract, buy one back. You can work a core. Sell a contract, buy one back. You can work a core and milk this thing for all it's worth, okay? You have enough cash in there. You're only doing a $42 every time you do that. You're buying a $42 or a $90 contract. You can do that till you run out of cash. Once your cash is all gone and your buying power is out, but you can exit those trades as many times as you want, okay? So there's no PDT rule with a cash account. Options fund overnight. Your money will be back in your account tomorrow. You don't have to fight this nonsense anymore. You don't have to fight the PDT rule. You don't have to trade low caps. There's a way better way to make money, in my opinion. Now, I'm not dogging on the small caps because you can make a lot of money doing small caps, but I'm saying you got to have over $30,000 in your account if you want to trade small caps, because you just can't trade with the PDT rule, period. So if you have less than that, there's no need to stop chasing those things and come in here and trade some options with me. Now I did really well with this one. Now let's take a look at NVIDIA. I'll show you the last trade here, how that turned out. So NVIDIA, I did get short where I talked about. It never really ripped up past all this, right? So with NVIDIA, I ended up getting short, and then let's see I'll bring up the contracts here in a minute. So I ended up working a core on this. I got short the 242 up here, and then I covered it. So I sold some. And again, with this, I'm only doing 10 contracts because I'm playing it safe today, right? And I'll show you the contracts here in a minute. So 10, and then I sold 5, and then I bought 5 back, and then I sold 5, and then I bought 5 back, and I was in 10 when it cracked. And what I did wrong here was I didn't, my patience, like this is the time that I go to the gym, okay? The right thing to do, the systematic thing to do, everything that my rules tell me to do is to go ahead and take off that half, but don't even take that last ad, and just let the last piece work for me, no stop, no nothing, and come back time of day and sell the rest, or even carry them into expiration if that's how I want to do it, okay? So I kind of broke my rules on this one. I lost my patience, but once I wanted to head to the gym, I was all out. So let's bring up the contract. So here's the contract. Oh, whatever, come on. There we go. Okay, so here's the contract. My first one was 47. Let's see, wait, it's the wrong ones. $1.23. Okay, so my entry was $1.23, which is right about here. Okay, so my entry was about $1.23. And again, I only took 10 contracts, trading small. Oh, I just noticed on those calls, the 78 calls, I took 20. Anyway, so here I took 10 contracts on this. And then I sold into this, and I bought back one time. So during all this right here, I had my 10 contracts. I sold 5s in one of the pushes here, right around in the 297 area, it looks like. Yep, 297 area. And then I sold 5. It broke 6 and pulled back. It even hit like 640 and then it pulled back to 590 area. So 592 was my final sell. Okay, so right in here is where I sold that last piece. And my rules are just, you know, at least even if I just got down to say 2 contracts or 5 contracts or whatever, right? Just hold a piece and walk. If they go to 0, if they pull back and they go to 0, so what? I captured the bulk of the move, but the last 2 pieces could have continued and went all the way to 12 bucks, right? That's a whole nother, you know. So from my $1.23, this was a 1,000% gain, right? I mean, it was almost a 1,200% gain, 1,100% gain from entry to the best of the day. And I captured about 600-700 of it, and I worked a core. Now you can see with 10 contracts, this is a $6,000 trade, okay? $6,000. I mean, and we're talking about with a $1,230, okay? $1,230 that I put on the line. All right, that's it. So again, this one here, all it takes is one good trade. And this is what I stress every day in my room. This is what we talk about every day. This is what every meeting is about. This all it takes is one good trade. Let's just say you got in with 2 contracts at $1.23. You just put $250 on the line, 246 bucks on the line, okay? $246. And if you traded it similar to me, you sold one and then you bought one back. So your first one, you know, you got 300 bucks out of that first contract. So you're already up 200 bucks. You added back, so now you have 2, and then you sold one here. And so, you know, now you're up another 400 or 500 bucks. All from a $250, right? You added back, and then you come in here and you sold both of them for $1,200, okay? You started with 250 bucks, and you got a $1,200, $300, $500, $1,800 trade on $250, okay? It's not We don't get these moves every single day in every ticker. But as you can see, we get these moves a lot. Okay, this is NVIDIA. You see this put? All right, you see this? Do we get it every day? I mean, look at the price on this, right? Look at this here. You see these? Every day we're getting some kind of move. Every day we're getting some kind of move. Look at this, right? From $1 to $7 every day. You can buy this with a cash account. You could buy 2 contracts for $200 if you had a $2,000 account, and you could buy and sell till you run out of cash. But sell it and buy back. Sell it and buy back. Sell it and buy back. Work in a core until you run out of cash. You could take 5, 6, 7, 8 trades during all this during the day, and then you're going to run out of cash, and you can't buy anything else, but you can always scale out your last 2 contracts, or you can hold till the next day. You can sell one and hold the other one till the next day. The next morning, your cash account is going to be full of all of this money that you made the day before. You're going to have all that cash to trade with the next day. There is no more PDT roll. If you're trying to trade anything and your account is under $25,000, stop. Come by, check it out, and let me show you how you can make money with small cash. All right, people. Peace. Have a good one.